Hello everyone, Alicia here with another Lighten Up Weight Watcher friendly recipe. And today's recipe is also a fall inspired recipe. I had a couple overripe bananas I needed to use up, and typically I just do a plain old banana bread that we absolutely love. I will link that up above and down below if you haven't seen that. My favorite banana bread. But I also had some pumpkin puree that I needed to use up, so I thought, what better recipe to make up than my pumpkin gingerbread muffins. Now, these are so easy to make. They're very low in points. And as I said, very much a fall recipe, fall inspired recipe. So I wanted to share these with you guys. So I figured I'd just take you along with me as I made them. But first, let me show you what you're gonna need for ingredients. First off, you're gonna need a couple ripe bananas. These are medium, but what you're looking for is about a cup mashed, once you mash them, I should say, and that's usually about 2 medium bananas. Next up, as I said, I had some pumpkin puree left over. I've got about a cup left in here, and that's what I'm gonna be using, or what I need for this recipe. So I'm gonna be using that, and that is just 100% pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling. Next up, I'm gonna be using a 1/4 cup of this Greek yogurt, fat-free Greek yogurt. And then down here, I've got 2 large eggs. You're gonna need a teaspoon of vanilla, a tablespoon of molasses, and then I'm using this, which I've really been liking, by the way. I've used this in a couple different recipes now, this Lakanto monk fruit sweetened maple flavored syrup. Really good stuff. It's got a great flavor, so I'm gonna be using this today as part of my sweetener in these muffins. The other part is just a regular monk fruit sweetener, just the classic or granulated, however you want to say it. I'm going to be using a 1/2 cup of that. Back here I've got some all-purpose flour. I'm going to be using 1.5 cups of that. You're going to need 1/2 teaspoon salt, a 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, and a teaspoon baking powder. Down here I've got some ginger. You're going to need a teaspoon of ground ginger, a teaspoon ground cinnamon for the muffins themselves, and then you're also going to need an additional 1/2 teaspoon for the topping that you're going to sprinkle on. And also for the topping, I've got some monk fruit golden here. I've got a tablespoon of that. Also for seasoning, you're going to need an 1/8 teaspoon nutmeg and an 1/8 teaspoon cloves. And that is everything that's in this, so let me get it started. To start these off, I've got a medium-sized bowl here, and I'm gonna add my dry ingredients into it, starting with my flour. So 1.5 cups of that, teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, teaspoon ground ginger, teaspoon cinnamon, and then the 1/8 teaspoon nutmeg, and an 1/8 of the cloves. And I'm gonna just get that all stirred together, or whisked together, really well. Now that I've got that well combined, I'm gonna set that aside. And in a large bowl, or you could also use a mixer if you want, I'm gonna add in my 2 bananas. I'm gonna just mash those up with a fork real well. Got those pretty well mashed, so now I'm gonna add my 2 eggs in, my 1/2 cup monk fruit sweetener, and you can use whatever type of sweetener, no calorie sweetener you prefer. Next up, I'm gonna add in my Lakanto syrup, 1/4 cup of that. And I love the maple flavor of this. I think it goes really well with the fall flavors, so that's why I've been using that so much and loving it. Next up, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of that molasses, teaspoon vanilla, my cup pumpkin, and 1/4 cup Greek yogurt. And now I'm going to whisk all of this together until it's all incorporated. Got that all mixed together well, so now I'm going to add in my dry ingredients and fold those in. Okay, that looks good. I'm not seeing any more dry ingredients in there, so I think that I've got that pretty well combined. So now I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna take my brown sweetener here, Add a half teaspoon cinnamon to it. And stir that together. I also have my oven preheating right now at 350. Okay, that is ready to go. So now in a muffin tin, I'm going to take my silicone liners. You could use whatever type of liner you want, or you could also just spray the individual cups in here with cooking spray. I like these silicone liners. I use them all the time. They work pretty well. And I like that they're reusable. It's the main thing that I like about them. All right, got those in there, so now I'm going to take my batter. And with my handy dandy little ice cream scoop that I'd like to use, I'm going to just fill these cups up. Try to get them as even as possible. I always start off with about a scoop and then go back and kind of top the individual ones off. I haven't made these in a while, but I remember, or what I remember is they end up being pretty full. So I'll go ahead, do that, and then I will be back. Got these all filled, and they are pretty full. So now I'm gonna take my topping and just sprinkle a little bit of that on each one of them, trying to get it kind of as even as possible. Okay, I've got that all sprinkled on. Now these are ready to bake at 350. I always like to start them off around 20 minutes and then just kind of go from there. But you're looking for them to be, if you stick a toothpick in the center, it will come out clean. So I will be back once these are done. I let these bake 25 minutes. They are done. So now I'm gonna just let them cool for a little bit before I take one out and break it open, show you what it looks like inside, and give you the points on them. Okay, I let these cool for about 15 minutes. They're still a little bit warm, but there's a little close-up of them. Hopefully you can see them. So these are only 2 points a piece, which I think is pretty nice. Got my hubby here. I'll let you know.
Your hubs?
His thoughts.
I like hubs better than hubby.
Hubs? Okay.
It'd be like calling you wifey.
Okay. I don't mind.
I know you don't.
You can give your...
I don't mind if you call me hubby.
Oh, I thought you were saying you don't mind.
I just think hubs is cute because, you know,
okay.
I amuse myself.
Break that bad boy open.
Okay.
Broken. Ooh, yeah.
Perfect. Cooked to perfection.
Yummy.
Or baked, I guess.
Now, do you like gingerbread?
No.
Do you like ginger molasses? Okay. And I figured that was your answer, so I wanted to preface your taste test. I love gingerbread, anything. I love molasses, ginger, all the spices that are in these. So I love these.
So the first thing I get is the banana.
So you do pick up the banana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's got the lovely kind of fall spice.
Mm-hmm. Fall spice flavors going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, 2 points. I mean, you can't really beat that for 2 points.
Yeah.
Those are
There's a little bit of the
erythritol,
the cooling
effect,
but it's not prevalent pronounced prevalent.
Well, there's half cup of the regular monk fruit and quarter cup syrup. I think it's probably more the topping. So if you didn't put that topping on there, which I like the topping on there, I think it adds a little extra.
You're gonna want the topping, I think.
But I do think it's probably the topping causing that cooling effect more than anything else, because that sugar didn't dissolve. Yeah. Basically.
But I mean, those are for 2 points. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
They're pretty good. So we're gonna go lay wasting or waste, however you say that, to these muffins. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, they are pumpkin gingerbread muffins. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.